The G20 meeting of agricultural scientists is currently underway in Polokwane. The United States, though, hasn't sent any scientists to provide any input towards eradicating food insecurity. The summit, of course, wants to adopt policies that are geared towards inclusive economic growth. Watching developments for us is SABC News reporter Katlego Nyoni, who joins us now live once again from Polokwane. And Katlego, I suppose the US's absence is seen in the greater context of these ongoing tensions between South Africa and Washington.
Certainly there, Ayanda, we've just learned from the DG in the Department of Agriculture that the United States of America will not be sending scientific minds to come and deliberate alongside with other G20 member nations, the scientists from those particular countries. However, the Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Katlego, is quite confident that in the lead up towards November in the overall summit, then the United States will be able to send representation. However, as things stand, there is no representation from the United States of America at this meeting of agricultural chief scientists. We are currently now in one of the exhibitions that has been set up, Ayanda, to showcase high-tech agricultural research tools. And of course, some of these member states are present. All right. And at this particular stage, I'm going to bring in the Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Ms. Katlego, to tell us about the participation or lack thereof of the United States of America. Thank you very much for your time on the SABC News channel. First, let's get to the elephant in the room. Why is America not present at this agricultural meeting?
We might not know exactly why they are not coming, but what we know is that they will be the second from us to chair as presidency this particular movement, G20 process. We have taken over from Brazil, of which we still lean against them as we continue to implement what all the countries involved we had agreed upon. We are a little bit worried that they are not coming on board so that we can work together, because we will hand over to them when our term as presidency of G20 ends this year.
And Minister, some of the areas that you've identified here, Deputy Minister, including inclusivity into the economy, inclusive economic growth. You've also identified some of the things such as innovation. What will you do with some of the ideas and deliberations that are taken here and eventually adopted? Will they now then be policy going forward?
This is an everybody movement. As I said, we want to be inclusive. We are here in Limpopo. We will also be in the Western Cape for the last one, for the final one, to hand off them over to them. But what is important, this process, having identified through research and technology, we know that there must be change. How do we prevent climate change occurrences and its characteristics, which are very disastrous? We are also having new technologies bringing resistance against bad weather and so on. But at the same time, now the time is against us. We can no longer continue to travel to Brazil, travel to America. What we also do is to use research and technology. This being the big one now, that within that global alliance against poverty, starvation, etc., we are now in a position to actually deal with us, prevent them before famine comes. We are very happy that we had traditional leaders today and many other leaders of Limpopo, of South Africa, participating with our guests from all the countries.
Deputy Minister, thank you very much for your time. You can hear there, that's the Deputy Minister responsible for agriculture mentioning that South Africa is a bit worried that there is no presence of United States of America scientists. However, this summit will continue, Ayanda, for the next coming days here in Polokwane, where, of course, agricultural research will indeed take center stage. That, of course, as well as agricultural innovation into ensuring food security.